Time is the great equalizer. Everyone receives the same 24 hours each day, but how that time is used determines everything. The passive drift through time, hoping, waiting, and reacting. They move with no urgency, no fire, and no clear direction. But the obsessive treat time as sacred. Every hour is accounted for. Every moment stepping stone toward a larger vision. They don't waste time. They invest it, while the passive make excuses. The obsessive make progress. The obsessive understand that time doesn't slow down, wait, or repeat. It moves forward with or without you. That's why they move with intensity, urgency, and deliberate focus. They compress years into months and months into weeks because their purpose demands it. I'm favored the one who refuses to let it slip by unnoticed. The rewards of life, success, wealth, growth, impact, don't go to the casual observer. They go to the relentless doer, the one who is obsessed enough to make every second count. In the end, it's not how much time you have. It's how passionately and precisely you use it. Time bends to those who are bold enough to command it. Fear is powerful until it meets someone more committed than it is. When you are merely interested in your dream, fear has room to whisper doubts, raise questions, and paralyze your progress. But when you are truly obsessed, when your desire burns hotter than your excuses, fear begins to lose its grip. Obsession doesn't ignore fear overrides it. It creates a fire so intense that hesitation is consumed by motion and anxiety is drowned out by action. The obsessed don't have time to negotiate with fear because their mind is fully occupied with purpose. Their focus is fixed forward. Fear feeds on uncertainty, but obsession is built on certainty. Certainty of purpose, certainty of outcome, and certainty that nothing will stop them. When your mission becomes the dominant force in your life, fear becomes irrelevant. Background noise. The very fire that drives you forward scorches doubt and fuels courage. You don't wait to feel ready. You move because you must. And in that movement, fear dies not with force, but with focus. Let your obsession blaze so brightly that fear can't survive in its light. Well, every person born into this world holds the potential for greatness, but not every person fulfills it. Why? Because destiny demands focus and distractions don't always look like dangers. They often come disguised as harmless pleasures, comfortable routines, or urgent but unimportant tasks. But make no mistake, they are thieves. They steal your time, your energy, and eventually your purpose. The path to your destiny is narrow, and only the focused walk it. When you are obsessed with your goal, distractions become visible for what they truly are. Detours designed to delay your progress. Can't build an extraordinary life with a divided mind. The obsessive understand that saying yes to their vision means saying no to almost everything else. Every moment spent on the trivial is a moment lost to the essential. While others are scrolling, binging, and drifting, the obsessed are creating, building, and becoming. Distractions are not just inconveniences. They are silent killers of potential. To protect your destiny, you must guard your focus like your future depends on it, because it does. The moment you decide to pursue something extraordinary, doubt will rise. Not just from within, but from the world around you. People will question your ambition, criticize your intensity, and warn you to be realistic. But their doubt is not your responsibility. Your only responsibility is to make sure your obsession burns brighter than their disbelief. If your dream can be shaken by someone else's opinion, it's not obsession. It's a wish. True obsession builds a mental armor it fuels you in the silence when no one claps, and it drives you when no one believes. The doubters are not your enemy. They are a test of your commitment, a test of your belief, a test of your fire. And if your fire is hot enough, It will not only silence their doubt, it will consume it. The obsessed don't argue with disbelief. They outwork it. They let results speak where words fall short. When your obsession is greater than their doubt, the impossible becomes inevitable. Let them doubt you. Just don't join them. Mastery is not a product of talent alone. It is born from relentless repetition. Relentless, deep focus, and an unshakable commitment to improvement. And nothing fuels that kind of commitment like obsession. When you are obsessed, practice is not a burden. It's a necessity. You don't count the hours, you live in them. Obsession drives you to refine every detail, to push past your limits, to study the best and become better than them. While others are content with being good enough, the obsessed are dissatisfied with anything less than excellent. They are consumed with learning, evolving. There is no room for half-hearted effort in a world that rewards total commitment. If you're not obsessed with your goal truly, relentlessly consumed by it, then someone else who is will pass you by. You don't drift to success. You charge toward it with a fire that refuses to go out. Obsession is not madness. It is clarity. It is focus so sharp that distractions become invisible. When you are obsessed, you're not waiting for opportunity. You are creating it. Every thought, every breath, every heartbeat is aligned with your purpose. And that kind of focus creates momentum that cannot be stopped. Most people dabble, they wish, they try. But those who rise to greatness decide they burn the bridges behind them. They give themselves no choice but to move forward. You must be one of them. The world belongs to those who are possessed by a vision so vivid that it pulls them out of bed when everyone else sleeps. The obsessed don't chase motivation. They are moved by mission. So choose now. Either get obsessed or get left behind. Because in the end, it's not talent or luck that separates the few from the many. It's obsession that refuses to quit. Success does not come to those who are vague, uncertain, or casually interested. It comes to the individual who is crystal clear about what they want and so obsessed with achieving it that every action, every decision, and every thought is aligned with that purpose. Obsession, when definite and unwavering, becomes the mental blueprint that the subconscious mind accepts as reality. It shapes behavior, sharpens focus, and builds an inner drive that no setback can destroy. This is not mere desire. It is desire with direction, backed by purpose, and sustained by unrelenting passion. Just as a seed planted in fertile soil and watered with care grows into a mighty tree, so too does definite obsession. When you know what you want with absolute clarity, and when that want becomes a burning obsession, you set forces into motion that transform ideas into results. The world steps aside for the one who knows exactly where they are going and refuses to be denied. No one stumbles into greatness by being mildly interested. A lukewarm desire is the silent killer of potential. It convinces you that average is acceptable, that comfort is enough, and that trying is the same as committing. But the truth is, half-hearted effort breeds half-built dreams. Mediocrity is not the result of lack of talent or opportunity. It is the direct consequence of a desire that isn't strong enough to demand more. When your goals are vague, your actions are weak, and the universe responds accordingly. You get what you tolerate. And those who merely wish for success never reach it because they are not willing to sacrifice, to struggle, or to persist. Greatness requires a hunger that consumes doubt and burns throughout. If your desire doesn't make you restless, if it doesn't keep you up at night, or wake you up early, then it's not powerful enough to move you past average. Only a burning, relentless desire can lift you above the crowd. Without it, you will settle, stall, and watch others pass you by. Lukewarm desire is the comfortable road to nowhere. True success begins the moment you eliminate the option of retreat. When you burn the boats, you commit with such intensity that failure is no longer a possibility. Only progress. This principle is not about recklessness. It's about unwavering resolve. Too many people keep one foot in and one foot out, always leaving themselves an escape route, a backup plan, a way to quit when things get uncomfortable. But that mindset breeds hesitation, and hesitation kills momentum. When you truly want something, when your goal is not just a preference but a must, you must remove all paths of escape. Burning the boats means destroying the safety nets that keep you tied to mediocrity. It means putting yourself in a position where the only direction is forward. This kind of total commitment awakens strength you didn't know you had, because now there's no choice but to succeed. The human spirit rises when the bridge behind it has been destroyed. Without the option to turn back, you become resourceful, creative, and relentless. The world changes for the person who says, I will either conquer or perish, but I will not go back. Quote, quote, dote. A vision, no matter how grand, remains nothing more than a fantasy unless it is fueled by obsession. It is obsession that takes a dream from the clouds of imagination and grounds it into the soil of reality. When you become obsessed, your vision is no longer a distant hope. It becomes a living force within you. It dominates your thoughts, shapes your habits, and directs your energy toward its fulfillment. Obsession sharpens your focus so intensely that distractions fade and excuses lose their power. You begin to see opportunities others overlook, and you're willing to do what others won't. While most people dabble with their goals, those who